Hello, friends. The story you are about to hear today, it's possible that after listening to it, your thinking might change forever. But before that, a question. Do you believe in karma? Think carefully before you answer, because maybe your answer might also change, just like your thinking. So, do share your answer in the comments. Let's begin this story with the very family whose story this is, the story of Krish's family. Krish belonged to a good family. His father worked at a medical shop, his mother was a housewife, and his sister was still studying. Everything was good at home. Everyone lived together with love and affection. But one day when Krish's father was returning home from the medical shop, he met with a car accident and lost his life. After his death, the whole family was deeply saddened, and they started facing financial problems. Krish thought, I am the eldest son of this house, and in this difficult time, I have to take care of my family. With this thought, Krish joined the army. Even there, he worked very hard so he could improve his family's condition. Slowly, things at home started getting better. From the time Krish joined the army, he started saving some money, thinking that after his sister's studies, he would get her married into a good family. And Krish did exactly that. He managed to save money for both his sister's education and marriage. But to collect that money quickly, Krish didn't take even a single day off. He never visited home. He stayed at the army camp and ate at the camp's canteen. In the meantime, he became friends with a small-time supplier at the canteen, who soon became a good friend of his. One day, the supplier said to Krish, "The money you have, will you invest it in my business? I'll give you a good share from the profit." Krish refused and said, "No, I'm not greedy for more money. This money is for my sister's marriage." The supplier replied, "If you're truly my friend, then at least help me. Just lend me the money. I promise I'll return it within 6 months." Krish thought, my sister is still young. Her marriage is still 2 years away. I can help him for now. Anyway, it's just for 6 months. And Krish gave him the money. Before handing it over, Krish said, "Brother, I'm giving you this money because I trust you. Don't break my trust. This money is for my sister's wedding." The supplier promised, "I'll return the money within 6 months." After taking the money from Krish, the supplier's business started booming, and he became very successful, but along with success, his intentions turned greedy, and he started avoiding Krish, delaying the repayment. Then suddenly a war broke out. Krish's battalion got stuck in a place where they could only go on horseback. Krish went there with a horse, but that horse was wild. It wouldn't come under anyone's control. Even though Krish was a skilled horse rider, he tried his best to control it, but the horse didn't listen. It kept running and went straight in front of the enemy's battalion. And Krish became a victim of enemy bullets. Krish, who only cared about his family, and in that very worry, sacrificed his life. When the supplier heard about Krish's death, he distributed sweets and joy, and thought, now I won't have to return the money. A few days later, the supplier's wife gave birth to a son. The supplier raised him with love, sent him to good schools and colleges, and when his son grew up, he got him married. The supplier thought, now my son will handle my business, and I'll live a comfortable life. But one day, his son's health suddenly deteriorated. The supplier took him to the doctor, and after the test, the doctor said, your son has cancer. The supplier didn't give up. He sold off his entire property, took loans, did everything he could, but still he couldn't save his son. After his son's death, the entire family drowned in grief. As the family wept, a sage arrived. The sage said, "Crying won't change anything. What had to happen has happened." The supplier asked, "Why me? What wrong have I done? Why am I being punished?" The sage replied, "As you sow, so shall you reap. The story written by karma can never be erased." The supplier asked again, "But what did I do? Why am I being punished?" The sage said, "Do you remember you once took money on loan from a boy named Krish for your business and you never returned it?" The supplier replied, "But what does that have to do with this? I was going to return it, but he died before I could." The sage said, "Greed had entered your heart. If that wasn't true, then why did you celebrate his death by distributing sweets? You could have returned the money to his mother or his sister, but you didn't. And that son of yours was none other than Krish himself, who took birth in your house as your son so he could settle the account. All these years, whatever you spent on raising him, on his education, on his treatment, with that money, he settled his account with you. And today, you are standing exactly where you were when you took money from Krish." The supplier, full of guilt, said, "All right, it was my mistake. But what about his wife? What was her fault?" The sage said, "Krish lost his life because of this very woman. In the past life, she was the very wild horse, because of whose madness. Krish lost his life, and this time, Krish took his revenge by making her a widow." The supplier regretted deeply and said, "Oh, sage, I've made a huge mistake." The sage said, "Always remember, whatever you sow, that's what you will reap. This is the rule of this world. Karma never leaves your side. You may forget your deeds, but karma never forgets. It always returns to you, either in this life or the next. So before doing anything, always ask yourself, is this right or wrong?" So friend, tell us in the comments, how did you like this story? And if you too have ever gone through a moment like this in your life, do share it. Maybe your story could become a lesson for someone else.